Welcome to USAFBL Fingerboard Podcast. I'm your host, Levine Cunningham, and I've got Brian O'Neill on the mic this
I'm
week.
his annoying sidekick today.
The Brian and Levine Show.
Oh God, don't start that, Gary. The Gary and Levine show is a thing. The Brian and Levine show is we got serious business to talk about.
We do got a lot of serious stuff to talk about this week. We've got, I feel like USFBL is literally on a roll. Like we are ramping up and gearing up towards 2025.
It has been crazy. I am tired. I'm drinking coffee right now, but we've wrapped up a lot of things. What did we do? Okay, so we got Cody and Lodi finishing up right now in about 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, I think once this episode comes out, you got like a week literally to get all of your best combos and line of the year submissions in. So we're going to be crowning a combo of the year champion and a line of the year champion here in about 2 weeks. So it's
Yeah,
coming up. It's coming
almost.
quick.
All right, so we're talking about over $3,000 worth of cash prizes. How are they winning? Who's the sponsors on this?
Yeah, line of the year. We've got curved fingerboards, mucked fingerboards, Fatty's pre-roll, all included for the grand prize of $500. We've got an honorable mention slot for $50 in prizes from Teak Tuning. We've got $50 cash and also prizes as well from Barnyard Fingerboards. And we've got six gates with $50 cash and also prizes as well for the honorable spot for line of the year. Combo of the year up the ante quite a bit. We've got $1,000 cash prize coming in from curved and grind fingerboards. We've also got a $50 cash and also prizes from Teak Tuning, $50 cash and prizes from Six Skates, $50 cash and prizes as well from Fatty's pre-roll. So we've got all kinds of cool stuff going down.
Nice, nice. All right. This month we did another thing, right?
I feel like we're always doing a thing. You got to remind me
We're always
which
doing a
thing are we
thing.
doing?
Well, we did Plies magazine,
That's
and
a
that
thing.
came out. That came out December 1st. And
I
how are you feeling? Because your last episode, you talked about you're a little nervous about launching it.
I was a little nervous about launching it. It hasn't really been done. I can't remember the last fingerboarding magazine that ever came out. It was probably like 4 or 5, maybe even 6 years ago. And so I was a little nervous about releasing something to the public that hasn't been seen in quite some time. But the community literally came back and with praise, a lot of positive vibes, a lot of good feedback. Like everybody, in my opinion, seemed like they were absolutely just loving this magazine.
I think they're just blowing smoke. I can't wait for some critical kind of comments to come back. But it is a free monthly Thrasher inspired fingerboarding magazine. It's available to everybody. You can go to pliesmag.com. That's pliesmag.com. And you can click on the issues link. You can look at it. It's digital. But you can also get a physical copy if they're available. We are ordering physical copies. There is a fee, but we're trying to keep it down to just basically cost plus shipping on those. But what did we do this? I mean, we got all of them are gone for December's issue, right? The first number one issue.
I'm like literally scraping the bottom of the box that they all came in. There may be like 2 or 3 issues left by the time this
Okay.
podcast comes out, but we're practically sold out. So
Well, and like I said, it's available for everybody. Free downloads, pliesmag.com. January number issue number 2 drops January 1st. So we'll have that ready for you then. It's just I mean, how would you describe the magazine, man?
it is a refreshing, fun take on fingerboarding for sure. It's a way for us to showcase the art, the history, and the culture of the fingerboarding scene and give it to you in such a new and fresh way. I love this magazine.
Say a flip, he had some artwork in last month. I think we're gonna have another piece of his artwork in this month. So we're excited. January 1st, issue number 2 drops. And again, if you want to get a physical copy, you can through pliesmag.com, or you can see it for free at pliesmag.com.
Either one is good with us. We absolutely just love the fact that you guys are taking the time out to enjoy these very unique pieces of editorial.
Okay. But whatever. We're here today to talk about the freaking 2025 events for USAFBL.
We're back. We're back on the road. I don't even think people even realize
No,
how like cool this is because when USA was back on the road, magic was happening. I'm not even gonna lie. Like memories, inspiration, just magic was happening. Like I can literally tell you a dozen stories of like how USAFBL has just inspired creativity, people to start their own brands, their own companies. They
Yeah.
want to start fingerboarding more, start editing and doing just crazy stuff. So I'm excited to be back on the road and to continue this journey with everybody.
Well, in 2020, in 2022, you went out. 2023, you went out. I mean, we had like, I don't know, we've done, I don't know, 50,000 miles and all of these events. But in 2024, you took a break, and you took a break specifically because we needed to work on 2025 events. Why is that? What did we do with the event setup from 2023 to the event setup in 2025? I'm curious what your take is, hot take on that.
So a lot of people are like, why didn't you hit the road in 2024? And the answer to that is going to be we had to establish a network of sanctioned events that lead up to what the tour is. And so we would love to be in every single state. We would love to be in like 3 or 4 cities in every single state, but you're talking hundreds of events. The
Yeah.
problem is there's only like, one of us, but there's a couple hundred people out there that are literally hosting fingerboarding events across the nation. And so we partnered up with a lot of these fingerboarding events, these hosts that host these events, and we've created a network of sanctioned events where you can go to their events and then you can compete under USFBL rules and guidelines.
So it's like a pro-am.
Yeah, like a Tampa Pro-Am is basically how we treat all of these sanctioned events.
Okay. So on our website, and also when you see this logo right here, when you see a sanctioned event, that means what?
It means that the event is going to be hosted not by us, but that competition portion is going to be ran by USAFBL rules and regulations. And so when you go to a sanctioned event, that competition is going to be ran exactly the same across the nation as if we were there running that actual event.
And then that event holder turns in that the results from those competitions.
Correct. So you can go to these sanctioned events, you can compete, you can literally rank up, you can get medals, like you can move up through the rankings for USAFBL. And that's where 2025 regionals and nationals takes place. So this is taking over what the tour was. We used to do a
Yeah.
tour in 2021, 2022, and 2023. Now everything is leading up to what we call regionals and nationals. And so really, I wouldn't say it's the same, but it's definitely a rebranding.
So we're going to get into the regional and national events here in a second, but we just want to make sure that we're really clear. But the sanctioned events are for you to go get ranked, to start competing, get your competition bones underneath your. If you've competed before in a USAFBL event, you probably already are ranked. Is that correct?
That's correct. So everyone who has competed either on one of our tour stops or at a sanctioned event, everybody who competes at a USFBL event competition has a ranking. Everybody gets
Okay.
assigned a rank.
And then these regional and national events now are going to basically move you up to, can we call it a pro level? Because you're invited to compete at these regional national events, correct?
Correct. So once you get to a certain benchmark, you will essentially become a professional fingerboarder by those metrics.
Why are you using air quotes? Like, why are you like professional? No, you're pro. You're pro in the United States because you're part of the USAFBL fingerboarding league at that point. Just make sure we're clear. We're going to have over 50 sanctioned events across the United States and Canada. That's plenty of opportunity to get to one of those events and get ranked, right?
Correct.
And if
So
you're, and we're going to about to tell you where the national and the regional and national events are. So if you're having an event in the areas that we're mentioning, make sure you reach out to info@USAFBL, and you want to get your event sanctioned and be part of that sanctioned event list on our 2025 tab. Just reach out to info@USAFBL, and we'll see if we can get you as a sanctioned event. Correct?
correct. Or you can hit us up on Instagram at USAFBL as well. Either one is perfectly fine. We can get that stuff locked in for you.
So now for the regional events and the national event, well, let's just talk about the regional events. Those events are happening in specific places across the country, and you are personally inviting ranked fingerboarders to those events, correct?
Correct. So, just to be clear, anybody can come to these events. And so it doesn't matter if you're invited, not invited. It is open to the public fingerboarding event. But the competition portion of these events are going to be invitational only. And so the
Okay.
only way to become invited to a regional event is to compete at a prior USAFBL tour stop or at a sanctioned event. And that's what makes the sanctioned event so powerful.
And then that's all leading up to the national event.
Correct. So
Okay.
once we invite everybody to the regional events, people that place really high at these regional events will get invited to go to the national event.
Okay. I think we've pretty much drove everybody crazy. We should probably start talking about these events, right?
I feel like if we don't tell them where they're going to be,
Yeah.
there's going to be something to pay.
On the website, USAFBL under 2025, you'll find two columns. One column, which is filling up very quickly, is with sanctioned events on one side. And then on the other side, you're going to find our regional and national event listing. So I don't know what to do besides just say,
We should tell them. I'm gonna tell them. It's time.
okay,
It's definitely time.
all right, it's time. So first, and these are in order of dates, I can tell by looking at it. So first one coming up is going to be what part of the country?
The West Coast. I know we've done the West Coast dirty in the last 2 years, 2 seasons, but it's time to definitely make amends for that for sure. So we've got our West Coast regional stop. It's going to be August 15th and 16th. It's going to be a 2 day, multi-day event. It's going to be hosted at the McMenon's Crystal Ballroom in Portland, Oregon. So Portland, Oregon is going to be our West Coast regional event for the West.
Okay, dude, I am from the West Coast and I can't wait for you to get all the shade you're going to get for calling Portland, Oregon West Coast. I know technically Portland, Oregon is West Coast, but I can't wait to see what California says to you on that one.
I know Callie is going to be a little bit upset, but I feel you gotta take a win where you can take a win. So we're coming out to
It's
the
easy to get
West.
up there. It's easy to get up there. You guys come up there, have some time in Portland. I don't know. They've got I think good bagels. What do they have in Portland? What's good in Portland? Fingerboarding, August 15th and 16th. That's what's good in Portland.
Yes, sir. It's just a
All
short
right.
drive from Cali, so not too bad.
So a week after that, what are we doing? 2 weeks after that, what are we doing?
Yeah, August 29th and the 30th. So both of these Friday, Saturday events, multi-day, 2 day events. And it's going to be hosted at the Delta Hotel Allentown Lay Valley in Brenningsville, Pennsylvania. So this is right outside of Philly. It's going to
We
be
just call it
our
Philly.
sometimes we get a
And
little
that's
slack because we call it Philly, but it's like 30 minutes in the suburbs. But I
yeah,
mean, it's still Philly. So we're putting
that's
Philly
East
back on the
Coast.
map, East Coast for
That's
sure.
that's the East Coast regional event, August 29th and 30th. Uh,
The next event, next weekend after that, we're looking at what, September 5th and 6th. It's going to be a multi-day, 2 day event, Friday and Saturday, and we're going to be at the Masonic Temple in Detroit, Michigan for our Northern Regional event.
that's going to be exciting.
I'm excited for that one.
I'm excited for that one too.
I'm excited for all of them, to be honest with you.
Well, yeah, but Detroit's going to be massive. We got lots of space in Detroit, so we're going to have probably the opportunity for twice as many tables and stuff like that outside of. Oh, by the way, totally forgot. Most of these events are going to have over 20 parks at them, right?
Yeah, the minimum of these are going to be 20 parks. So every one of these tour stops, these regional and national stops, are going to have a minimum of 20. So we're looking at realistically about 30, maybe even 35 parks at each one of these stops.
Okay, I don't know how we just skipped over that part.
I don't know either. And the crazy is, should I leak this? Because I mean, we haven't talked about like the competition. We gotta finish the list. We gotta finish the list. There's just so much I want
All
to
right,
show
so what
everybody.
comes up after Detroit? Where are we going?
Man, all right. So after Detroit, September 12th and the 13th, Friday and Saturday, multi-day, 2 day event. It's going to be held at the Crown Plaza in Atlanta, Georgia. That's going to be our Southern Regional event.
All right, we leaked that last week on the podcast, and it would be in Atlanta, but we didn't tell them it was the 12th and 13th, right?
Yeah, so anybody who was listening to the podcast last week with Stetchy Skates, they knew that.
Yeah.
They already knew that.
Okay. So, okay, we've talked about the four regional events: the East Coast, the West Coast, the North, the South, and then after that point, October the 10th, 11th, and 12th, 3-day event is happening where?
The national event is going to be held right here in my new hometown, Indianapolis, Indiana.
We'll just call it Fingerboarding Central for right now.
Fingerboarding Central, it's the crossroads. That's what Indianapolis is.
Yeah. We're 3 hours from everything from Chicago. I mean, it's just a great location. But Indianapolis is going to be the national event. Now, what's happening at the national event?
We are taking the best fingerboarders from each region and we are collecting them here in Indianapolis in one spot to compete for fingerboarding glory. So we're going to be sending 3 lucky people to Germany to compete at Fast Fingers 22.
Based off of what happens at the national event.
Correct. So we're looking to send the best fingerboarder that competes in best run street, best trick street, and game of skate. So whoever wins those 3 events are going to be going to Germany in 2026.
Okay, you're really changing the game here because this is pro level stuff. I mean, we're talking about opportunity for fingerboarders to get sponsors to help kind of move their fingerboarding career forward. This isn't just, I mean, anybody can go to any of these events. These are big time events. It's going to be a great weekend experience. You can over 20 parks guaranteed at every one of the locations, tons of fingerboarding opportunities, booths. So it's like a little miniature Comic-Con just for fingerboarders. But this is also creating pro level people that we're going to be sending to Germany to compete in Fast Fingers 22 as the American team, correct?
Correct. So we're basically assembling an American Avengers team that we can send over to Germany to compete in the World Championships for Fast Fingers 22. So it's going to
This
be
is
exciting,
exciting.
like seeing all
Yeah.
this stuff kind of unfold for sure.
All right. What else do we need to talk about? I mean, we've got the graphics up. They can go to the website, check out more information. We're going to consistently keep adding sanctioned events into the website. So make sure you double check back on that. But what else do we need to cover about that?
So a lot of different viewpoints here. So if you are a company and you've been thinking about literally putting together a team, this is definitely now the best time to put together a team and start sending your team riders and stuff to these sanctioned events. Also, we are doing, we're, man, this is crazy. So we actually had a conversation with Black River like just a few days ago,
Oh
and
my God, we might have to bleep all this out.
we may have to, but I know that there's going to be a new Black River competition park that has not been seen before in North America. So we've got some cool stuff that we're gonna,
Wait a minute. You know that?
I know this.
You
I
know
know this.
this. Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
We've been in talks, and I'm excited to make some official announcements here in the future on this stuff. But definitely
Okay.
stay tuned. Like if you're not following USAFBL on all platforms, like where are you at? So definitely stay
All right.
tuned. Lots of details coming up with all this for sure. But definitely excited to announce all these dates and locations. Get your PTO ready. Like we already know that you're going to be at least 1 or 2 of these events, and so let's make everything happen. I'm excited to see everybody in 2025.
All right. What else we got coming up on the podcast?
So we've got the finalists for Cody and Lodi. That's Combo of the Year and Line of the Year. We're also going to be crowning a new Cody and Lodi champion. We've got season 3 of the podcast coming down as well as we chase down 100 episodes, which is absolutely wild. We've also got Alex Nugent on the mic with radio.fbs and so much more.
All right, man. That's awesome. So lots of stuff going on.
USAFBL on all platforms. You can catch all of the
Okay.
action for everything.
I don't know when we're going to get Gary. When are we going to get Gary Graves back on the mic? I guess he'll be back on for Cody and Lodi, won't he?
Yeah, he's gonna be on pretty shortly. The Gary and Levine show will definitely be returning.
All right. And also we got Jason Momoa coming up. Well, who else we got in the future podcasts?
You just say Jason Momoa? You got something on got something in your back pocket I don't know about?
I don't know, but this episode was brought to you by Hims. For those of you that have trouble, in that department, not sponsored by Hims whatsoever, but we would love to get some Hims money. So hit us up.
Till next time.
See ya. Till next time.
Rolling through the concrete chaos, I'm alive. With my fingerboard, I'm ready to dive. Pushing limits, flipping tricks high in the sky. Every sliding grind, I'm chasing that high. Feel the rhythm, let it flow. Fingerboarding, let's steal the show. Fingerboarding, I'm flying free. With every flick, I'll write my story. On this board, I'm never alone. In the skate park, I found my home. Grip take tight, I'm soaring like a bird. Every trick a story, every slide a word. Grinding on the edge, I'm breaking the mold. Fingerboarding dreams worth the weight in gold. Hear the wheels as they scream in this fingerboarding dream. Fingerboarding, I'm flying free. With every flick, I'll write my story. On this board, I'm never alone. In the skate park, I found my home. Hear the wheels as they scream in this fingerboarding dream. Fingerboarding, I'm flying